Yeah, hey everyone, this is Dwayne with Dwayne's Diagnostics and Mobile Auto Repair. And this is actually an update video to my previous video for anyone that saw that. I actually tried to clean out this tank, and I'll show you how I did it. But what I did actually was I took this old coffee tub, and picked up a bunch of this washout type gravel and whatever rocks, small rocks and gravel I could find around here. We got quite a bunch of it around here. So I picked up a bunch of that and put it in this coffee tub, and probably got that about a third, almost halfway full, and put those in the tank, and added some of this vinegar. And actually I didn't come up with that idea myself. I'm not that smart. Actually the guy who had this generator, I don't know if it was one of his son-in-law's friends or who it was, but he had mentioned that this was the way he cleaned out a tank on I think like a ATV, UTV that was all rusted out. He had mentioned using gravel and vinegar, and that was the way that he had cleaned out a tank that he had that was all rusted out. So that seemed to make sense to me, so I figured that's what I would try with this tank. So that's what I did. I don't know if you'll be able to actually see. Yeah, I don't even see any of the gravel in there right there. I still don't see any, but I'll slosh it around, you can hear it. It's kind of hard to do with one hand and record with my other hand, but you can hear that gravel sloshing around in there. And that's the that's the method I tried, the gravel with the vinegar, and move this tank around every which way I could. Been doing that for a long time. Actually, my arms and shoulders and stuff will probably be sore tomorrow, but that's what I did. And I got my drain pan right here. Kind of cleaned it out pretty decent. That's usually it usually never looks that good, honestly, but cleaned it out, rinsed it out with a water hose right there. And what I was actually gonna do is fill this thing up with a little bit of water. I'll show you why. Show you why here in a second, but give it a little bit of water there. Not a whole lot. Slosh it around, mix it around a little bit more. And then we'll see what comes out of here. But there's a look. There's a look inside the tank right now. Looks like kind of like the milky milky type of coolant or oil from a blown head gasket. Kind of the milkshake type look. So I'll open up this valve and see what kind of nasty stuff comes out of here. Oh wow. Nothing comes out. Must be like totally clogged. So I'll have to pause the video and go grab a screwdriver or something. Or I think I might actually have one right here. That's pretty bad when nothing's coming out. And it has all that extra water. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. So I'm actually going to try to put this valve on here if I can without getting too messy. So that valve's back on. I'm going to tighten it down a little. And I'll fill that up with the last of the vinegar I have in this bottle. And then give it a little bit more water. So you can kind of see around the rim of here, it's actually looks a little bit cleaner around this rim. But I'll end up sloshing that around for a little while more, and then maybe I'll come back to the video and show you what else comes out, and maybe then just kind of do a final rinse on it with maybe just water, and show you what it looks like after I'm done. So we'll probably come back here in a second. Yeah, so I sloshed this tank around some more, sloshed around all the rocks and stuff in there every which way, and I'll show you what comes out now. Again, nothing, because it's clogged up. That shows you how nasty that tank was. Nothing even coming out. So I'll give it the screwdriver treatment. There we go. Oh yeah, nasty stuff. Look at what's even just on my hands. It's all gritty and nasty, even just on the screwdriver. That's what's in my hands. just from poking that with a screwdriver a couple times. But you see how nasty this stuff is, how bad this tank was. But yet the customer thinks it was running for like 3 days prior to her giving it to her neighbor. But yeah, in my mind, there is no way that happened. I don't think this generator was running for maybe at least a year or two or more. So I think what I might do actually is put this valve on here and fill it up totally with water so that the water reaches the upper levels of the tank, and will actually like kind of catch most of these sediment and stuff actually at the upper levels of the tank. So I'm gonna pause the video and actually fill this thing up all the way and then see. That should drain out a good majority of this stuff. So I'll be back in a second. So there we go. I actually have this tank all the way full. So I'm gonna open this, take this valve off here again, and see what all comes out now. That should drain most of the junk out of this tank. I still might have to do it a couple more times, and then actually get all the rocks out of it, all the rocks and gravel I put in there. But I don't know that there's a better way to do this as a, you know, at home or as a DIYer, or without special equipment. I'm not sure how the small engine shops do it. I actually never asked my neighbor. He's a small engine mechanic and he deals with stuff like this all the time, but I never actually asked him how they clean the tanks out. So I'm not sure how they actually do it. But you can see how brown and nasty that stuff is. Even though that customer swears this generator ran for like 3 days before she loaned it to her neighbor. You know, I don't see how that's possible in any way. And it's still got a long ways to go, so maybe I'll come back to the video, maybe rinse out, let all this drain and rinse it out as best as I can, and maybe come back and show you what the inside of the tank looks like if I can. So I did actually let this thing drain down to where it was almost empty and I could actually see the bottom of the tank. And the bottom of the tank actually did look pretty shiny, like a lot of shiny metal showing. So I think this method might have actually worked. I should have tried to catch it on video, but I ended up filling the tank up 1 or 2 more times and letting it drain down again to try and get more of the stuff out of there. But I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here. It still looks It still looks pretty nasty. Just rusty water with like gritty sediment type stuff in it. So what I was gonna do, I got this butter dish, and if you can see, looks like the water coming out of here is it looks fairly clean looking. So what I was gonna do is just catch it with this butter dish and see what it looks like. I mean, it's got some tint to it. It's not clean drinkable water. It's still pretty dirty. But I did actually see the bottom of the tank actually was showing shiny, clean metal in spots. So I think this method might have worked, and I might just have to kind of repeat this, sloshing around the gravel and filling it up, adding some vinegar and water, and I'll probably just have to repeat this process like a bunch of times to actually clean it out really good. But it looks to me like this process did work. So maybe there is still hope for this tank and that generator. So maybe I'll let this tank drain down and try to show you a look inside the bottom of the tank if I can, to show you what the inside of the tank looks like now after doing this. So I'll probably come back here in a minute. So I've let this thing drain out again, and I've had to add more water and flush it out some more. It seems like a bunch of sediment keeps settling right on the bottom of the tank, and is actually it's actually clogging up this valve, clogging up that valve. I've had to poke the screwdriver in that valve a few times to unclog it. So there's still a bunch of sediment coming out of here, and I don't know if I'll be able to show you this. The whole bottom of the tank is basically layered with sediment, this rusty sediment right there. You can see that. That's just all a rusty type of sediment. But I don't know if I can show you this kind of this other side of the tank. There is a there is a little bit of kind of cleanish metal showing. I don't know if I'll be able to catch it on the camera. Can almost see a little bit of metal there, kind of near the top of the screen. Right there, kind of in the same spot. Kind of hard to really show here. I can see it, but you can kind of see some of it there. It's not just total rust. and flakes like it was before. There you go, there's a better look at it. The flashlight's kind of in the way, but you can see some bare metal there. It's still got, you know, a lot of rust and crud on it, but not near as terrible as it was before doing this process. So I think if I just do this a bunch more times, I think this tank will come out fairly clean. But you can see you know how nasty the stuff is that came out of it, and I'm sure if I, you know, emptied out that drain pan, you know, the bottom is just going to be filled with sediments. So for any guys out there that know about engines or small engines or generators, do you think this generator actually ran for a few days, just like a month or two ago? You know, with that nasty of a tank and that old nasty gas in there. If you do, put it in the comments, or put whatever you think about it in the comments. I don't think there's no way that this generator ran for like at least a year or two or maybe 3. But yeah, if anyone feels like commenting about it, please do. I guess I'll have to keep working on trying to clean this tank out, and hopefully can get the carburetor cleaned out, and hopefully this the generator it belongs to will actually run again. But yeah, that's probably all I got for this one. Not a real exciting video, but just figured I'd do a follow-up on my last video. But yeah, that's probably it on this one, and I will talk to you on the next one.